I'll keep my thing brief. I think it's outright shameful and extremely embarrassing to be black and religious in 2023. Don't you think? It's embarrassing. Wake up.
Black culture is completely embarrassing. And Black women are especially embarrassing because they are the creators and the defenders of the dysfunction. They glorify and protect the degeneracy because it is coming from them and their children. We've literally went from the backbone of the household to the face of delusion. And the fact that you have all these high standards for the purses you wear, the wigs that you put on your head, the shoes that you wear, the men that you date, but have zero standards for how you raise your children, how you carry yourself, and don't care about your community is also disgusting. And to be clear, I'm not ashamed of being black. I'm ashamed of what black culture have become. Because what we're celebrating isn't black culture. It is actually clown culture. Which is why we're the entertainers for everyone in this country. And y'all want to be mad at white people so bad, but you should be mad at yourself and whoever raised you. Moral of the story, if you want to be successful in this country, do the exact opposite of what the black community does.
So I was watching a video about how some people sacrifice their blackness for white approval. And I'm not here to bash anybody, but we got to be real about what that means. Let's break it down really quick. It's culture, it's history, and a legacy of resistance. So when we start watering that down just to be accepted, we're telling the world that who we are as black people, as a black person, isn't enough. Sometimes aligning yourself with systems that have historically harmed us and say that it is not real while ignoring or downplaying those harms, it gives more of you're performing for acceptance instead of for a true political stance. Blackness is not a liability. It's power, it's survival, it's brilliance. And if we don't value it, no one else will.
Black culture is shit. Our music is violent and hostile to everything and everyone. The way we carry ourselves, we're hostile and angry at everyone. Everything about us today is angry, loud, and entitled. We feel like someone owes us something. We walk around with this chip on our shoulder, and this is why people don't want to be around us. Black people are not liked because of how we act, not because we're black. We need to wake up and fix this shit before it gets worse.
I hate we had to come out here because we was going to ignore them, but then they felt our brother, we had to come out here. But they need us. They want our attention.
I find it funny how the black community always finds a way to come together, support, speak on, or defend criminals or people they shouldn't even be defending in the first place, but are nowhere to be found when it comes to little innocent children or even adults. Now, can you tell the class why your brother got expelled? Oh, do you know what? I can help you with that.
Oh my God. Oh, buddy. You're getting expelled, dude.
There are white people and other groups of people that got arrested and are in jail as we speak for doing similar or almost the same thing. And I know that black people hate taking accountability for their actions, but just because you're black does not exempt you from facing the consequences of your actions. So maybe next time, advise your brother or your sisters to stop acting a fool.
Oh, black culture has some serious problems. They promote degeneracy. They promote using drugs. They promote selling drugs. They promote being in gangs. They promote killing each other. They promote, having kids out of wedlock. They don't promote the family. The father isn't around. They promote using welfare. All this shit.
Culturally, man, we've been trained on how to kill each other. Yeah. We've been trained on how to disrespect our women. We've been trained on how to hurt each other. Ooh. That's what we've been trained culturally to aspire to, respectfully. I think if you've been trained that and indoctrinated with that over time, even me, I grew up thinking that that's what's up. So I had to get into books to detox my thinking. You know what I'm saying? It was through books that I feel like was my gateway to new levels of success.
That makes sense. As far as the culture, I think we so in love with getting rich and not wealthy. I think that right there has been hurting us, and it still hurts us to this day, because most of the rappers, like you said, Rick Ross, you got guys like that's starting to push the wealth, but at the same time, it's just nobody want to get wealthy. Everybody in love with the things you can see. Flashy. Everybody want to brag on the things you can see. When it comes to wealth, it's invisible. So once we get in love with the things that, and taking care of the things that you can.
It took a white man to tell me. He says, how is it when a black man kill a black man, it's not really outrage?
Yeah.
But when a white man kills a black man, it's going to start a riot.
The American media has manipulated the narrative of crime. Black on black crime is a made up thing. You have never heard white on white crime. Never heard the Asian on Asian crime. They have tried to fraction and compartmentalize us to feel as if where the crime is where we are.
Go ahead.
The lead murderers in America are white men. The lead robbers in America are white men. The largest amount of rapists are white men. The highest number of domestic abusers is white men. The highest number of arrested pedophiles is white men. The greatest number of drug dealers arrested is white men. But if you ask the average American who are the proponents of crime, is a black face to it. They're now trying to create this narrative that the immigrants are bringing in the crime because they never want to own up to what it is that they have done. Part of our responsibility is to pull the sheets off. We had a shooting here in Georgia not long ago. A young man named Colt, 14 years old, went and shot up his high school. His father's now being charged. Can you imagine what conversation me and you would be having if Colt was black and Colt's black father gave him a gun? The television, the internet would explode on the irresponsibility of black fathers, on why it is that young black men have guns and are carrying guns. It has always shifted to make black men feel hyper-aggressive, hypersexual, and hyper-criminalized. It's part of a larger, historic, original sin of America that always criminalizes and points their fingers at black men when it's absolutely not true. The overwhelming majority, Cam, of black men who are under penal supervision are under penal supervision for non-violent offenses. They're on ankle bracelets, home monitors, on parole, on probation for possession, not for distribution. It may not sound like it's significant, but it's very meaningful. And so that's why it is that we've got to ask the hard and the difficult questions. Where is criminal justice in America? And is justice just up?
And
sometimes you just got to tell people it's a black thing you wouldn't understand.
Yeah. You wouldn't get it.
It don't need an explanation.
It don't need no explanation. And it should be gate kept. I think a lot of our culture should be kept close to us because, you know, white people, they keep whatever they want to keep close to them is kept very close to them. Yeah. There's a lot of shit that's kept away from us. And I feel like we should have the same pride and integrity about our culture. And it's not about being exclusionary. It's just showcasing a level of pride and reverence and respect for what's been put in place.
At times, and when I say we, I'm speaking on us, black people. I ain't speaking on no other race. I'm talking about us. It's already bad enough we get stereotyped. It's already bad enough we get unfair justice. Now y'all out here embarrassing us, fighting every motherfucking where y'all go. Y'all fighting on cruises. Y'all fighting at airports. Y'all fighting at stores. Y'all fighting at Walmart. Y'all fighting at skating rinks. Y'all just fighting at schools. Like, y'all fight any fucking where, and it's fucking embarrassing. I don't want to be nowhere around y'all. And then y'all better, people, y'all out speaking down on us black people. Y'all make people speak down on us because every black person don't act like that. And it make everybody else look at us because they think that's how every black person acts. Like, at what time, at what age do y'all say, I'm too old to be acting like this? Let me sit the fuck down and grow up. Like, y'all too fucking ghetto and too fucking ratchet. And I know y'all finna tell them people Red Lobster and they got them $5 margarita flights. Y'all finna tell them people shit up. Like, sit the fuck down some damn where and grow up. I'm about to start thinking y'all part pit bull. Cause y'all don't know how to fuck, all the fuck y'all know how to do is fight. Y'all even go to these people pool parties though. Nobody get in the pool. Everybody just standing around thinking about too cute or too hard to get in the fucking pool. But y'all be ready to thump and fight to the death because somebody fucking looking at you. Did y'all just go to school just to fight? Cause I'm not fucking understanding. Matter of fact, when y'all get ready to go somewhere, let me know when y'all going because I don't want to be around y'all. I don't want to. When I go out to party and have fun, that's what the fuck I want to do. Y'all don't know how to go out and party and vibe. Y'all look for shit. Like, I'm not doing that. I don't want to be around nowhere where y'all the fuck gonna be at. I'm just so fucking sorry. Get mad with me. I'm not even gonna say I want to be. I'm gonna be quiet because I don't feel like tussling. Y'all need to tussle with yourself. You need to tussle with your inner self and see what the fuck is going on with y'all because that shit is fucking embarrassing. Like, we can't go nowhere without fucking showing our asses. Like, I just don't know what the fuck to say about our culture. I'm so fucking serious. I guess if it's somewhere with some fucking some Hennessy and fucking tequila and shit like that, y'all know how to act. But that's a motherfucking lie, cause y'all been telling people shit up. I just don't want to be around y'all. I'm just so fucking sorry. So what the fuck you want to say about me? I'm not racist at all when it comes to us, to black people. It's just y'all don't know how to fucking act.
When black women say, we're constantly on their minds, we're always in their mouth, they hate us because they ain't us, and they're always in black women's business, that is so fucking true. People do not understand how factual those statements are, because after recent events like the Esther podcast, people getting surgery to make their lips bigger, a bigger ass, tanning their skin, getting braids, weaves, and using bonnets on their head, there are so many motherfuckers around the world who loves that black culture, who wants to be black, and better all, who wants to be a black woman, who wants to be a part of that black culture or make it into an aesthetic. There is a lot of people, mainly women in general, who copies everything a black woman does, but want nothing to do with the skin tone. It's so fucking fascinating sitting back and watching the entire world try to copy everything that we do. On a cultural spectrum, black people rule the fucking world. Now granted, there's a lot of people all over the world who appreciates black people, who loves black people, who loves the black culture. But at the same time, there's a lot of people who loves black culture, but not black people.
A lot of people might be afraid to say this, but I'm going to go ahead and say it for you. The way those Tennessee State University students, those black students, ran off those two white conservatives in MAGA hats who set up a table and were there to ask questions is honestly the prime example of why many individuals who are not in our community do not want to associate with many of us anymore in the future. And honestly, with justifiable reason, given the comportment of those individuals in that video. See, the problem is the left has conditioned individuals who see someone who disagrees with them as some sort of existential threat, and they particularly trained the black community to react viciously, to react in a Pavlovian manner, and to react to certain dog whistles, if you will. The two signs these people had at the university were DEI should be illegal and deport all illegal immigrants. Now, illegal immigration actually disproportionately negatively impacts the black community because those people are taking jobs that we could be having ourselves to further enrich and benefit our own communities. But I digress. The other sign had to do with DEI. And the craziest thing is people who are African American, they see any sort of criticism of DEI as a criticism against them. And what does that actually subliminally tell you deep down? DEI actually disproportionately benefits people who are not black. Because the left has trained minorities to see any critique of DEI as some sort of critique against them, it honestly helps further reinforce the notion that black people need DEI or assistance in order to be successful, which is a very injurious, condescending, and insulting view on its face. So the fact of the matter is, until we begin to start acting better as a community, we're going to see more and more individuals honestly feel justified in distancing themselves from us, and we cannot allow that to continue if we want to move forward in this country. Those are my thoughts. Hopefully you agree.
So I was watching this lady's video or whatever, and she was like how I looked when this song came out, and it was a 90s song, and mind you, the lady is white or whatever. So I'm like, okay, cool. Like, she looked fly. She had the herringbone on, the gold hoops. She had the haircut like T-Boz, like, you know, the haircut. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I get on her page. The lady done did a whole revert to who she really is. Like, she a blonde lady. She don't even look nothing like that picture. And I just find that very weird because the kicker is my mom looked like that. Like, all her pictures, like, you know, because for that era, that's what it was. And it's like, white people really will play dress up in black people culture, and then revert when it's beneficial to them because they know, like, the culture of black people is not beneficial in the workplace. It's not beneficial when it comes to real life. I'm just being real. And they will play that. Like, they love to just play like, oh, this is cool for the moment. That shit is weird to me. Like, it's very creepy and weird. Somebody gonna be like, oh, well, you know, people can change. Like, that was just for that era, blah, blah, blah. Duh, like, my mama, like, she don't look the same as she did in the 90s either. But what I'm saying is, you could still tell that that's my mama. Like, she didn't do no culture change. Like, she didn't, you know, I can't look at my mama throwback pictures and be like, oh, you was a white woman. Like, that shit is weird. I don't know. I'm trying to explain it the right way, but it's just weird. Like, why are y'all playing dress up in, like, somebody's literal culture? Like, that's fucking creepy and weird.
I swear, I don't want to hear nobody else talk about black cultural issues unless they're also willing to acknowledge how white supremacy and oppression influence those same cultural issues. Am I saying that all of black people's problems are because of white people? Hell no. We're still human beings. We still take accountability where we need to. We still go to therapy. You know what I mean? But when we zoom out and look at our culture on a grand level as a mass majority, and all the stereotypes that go along with our culture, like a father not being in the home, a ratchet ghetto, stressed out, mad baby mama. When we look at the stereotypes of our culture, they're all influenced by how white supremacy oppressed us. They're all influenced by ways that we have had to learn how to survive with all the policies and all the wrenches that have been thrown on our path just trying to survive here in America. Like I always say, we were once cattle to these people. We were once property. And I don't think a lot of them ever imagined us not being property. So they're doing all these things to keep us down because they fear what we'll be if we really are able to stand up. One thing I'll never do is shame my culture as a whole or feel embarrassed for being a black American in whatever ways that's expressed. Because, babes, the black Americans that are alive today, it's a miracle. It's a miracle. If it wasn't the psychological torture we've had to endure for hundreds of years, it was the physical torture. If it wasn't the physical, it was the financial torture. They burned our shit down. They burned our shit down, ruined our self-esteem, ruined our image in the media, still do it to this day. Like,
about it and call it out. They say, oh, well, you're not really black, or you're a coon, or you're a traitor. And in my opinion, anybody of any color, race, creed, religion, whatever you want to call it, should be able to have this conversation, because this sort of culture not only impacts black people, it impacts everyone. Let's keep watching.
It's respectability politics. If you are black and you speak your piece on what we're seeing in the media, if you don't like seeing the low morality that is often portrayed about the black community in the media, from the trap music to the black women twerking in music videos and all over social media, the Sukihanas and the Sexy Reds of the world. Mm-hmm. If you are black and you take issue with it and you talk about it, you are usually called bourgeois, sedity, uppity, it's respectability politics, you're policing black bodies and the like. And it's like, no, I'm black too. And as such, this being my ethnic culture as well, I have a right to have something to say about what I'm seeing going on.
Okay. And then they'll tell you you're just not black enough. You just simply don't understand. These are the things that black culture created, and we should sort of pedestalize these things because we do pedestalize blackness in our society, but we've really mucked it up to her point. I think she is exactly hitting the nail right on the head here when she's talking about it. And interestingly enough, I've spoken about these issues many times on the show. Of course, I am half white and half black, and the black side of my family is from Nigeria. So we're not technically, what do they call it? Foundational blacks. I'm not descendant of slaves. So people will give me this argument of, not only are you not black, but you're not able to talk about black culture because you don't technically participate in black culture. But on the other side of the coin, they will say, why are you talking about, conservative values or these ideas or challenging the racial narratives that we see in this world? You're always going to be seen as an N-word to white people, and you will see that a lot. Just search through the comments. They'll say, oh, you're acting white, but they will always see you as black. So which one is it? Am I a participant in black culture, or am I not a participant in black culture? You guys let me know in the comments down below, and I'll be the first to say, I love a lot of rap music. I do draw the line at like Sexy Red and Pound Town and, the Sukihana type blackness that is being portrayed, but I enjoy it. I just don't attribute it to blackness. I don't listen to Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole and think that this is an accurate representation of blackness. And that's really where we're going wrong, thinking that this is somehow representative of an entire community and an entire culture. And you know how I feel about the word community. We won't go there in this video because we'll be here for hours. We'll do that another day. Let's continue watching.
Your average black American is a middle class, working class, blue collar Jane and Joe. The ghetto subculture, black ghetto subculture that we see often portrayed and over inundated and oversaturating the media.
Now, I know people going to get mad. I'm going to use this whole damn 10 minutes to vent. And I'm venting at the black people, the African American culture, that always talking about we got to protest, we got to ride, we got to do for each other. But y'all the problem. And the reason I say y'all the problem, because we don't protest black on black crime. We don't protest gang banging. We don't protest fighting. We don't protest unaliving our American citizens in our neighborhoods. We seen a young man on video get unalived by some correctional officers. He was handcuffed and beat, taken to a hospital, and was unalived the next day. Where's the accountability from the black community? So this is why I'm mad at y'all. This is why I tell people, man, it's not a good time to always be black with a mindset. You got to have a human being mindset. Because black people only be black when it comes down to attacking other blacks. And let me start right here. We have more people writing for what they believed in during the election than what they believe in now. You had people disrespecting family and friends that they done knew all their life and grew up with over an election. We know people that hate people right now and dislike people right now because of an election. We know people who lost a lot of business in their communities because they voted a certain way, and that black people made sure they're going to lose financial resources. And also, a lot of people had lost 10, 15, 20, maybe 50,000 followers on their belief when it came down to a vote during the election. But you won't stick together and go hard and shut nothing down when y'all see this man get unalived on a video. Let's make this make sense. We only real when it come down to being real against your own people. We only real when we want to hurt somebody that you're supposed to love. We only real when it's beneficial for you to be angry at that person and get a couple other clowns to follow you. This is sickening. This is going to be my rant. I got 10 minutes now. Thank you, TikTok. Because when I see more stuff that African American people do for being followers, it's unbelievable. We don't stand for nothing. I don't know that young man, but for the last 2 days, I couldn't sleep because I was in the belly of the beast. I also was attacked by the guards. Did I deserve it? Yes. Because I can be honest and say I attacked them first. I initiated that contact with them during the 1995 riots at McKean, Pennsylvania. So I was wrong also. And they did what they had to do. They detained me. They put me in a hole. They left me alone. I didn't have any more problems after that. But the one thing about you people, y'all still walking around here grifling and angry over a bullshit election that doesn't matter to nobody that's African American. And this for the Steve Harveys, the D.L. Hughley's, especially D.L. Hughley. He always still complaining about what's going on in the community with white supremacy. But bro, you ain't complaining about what happened in that prison cell. Why you ain't flooding your timeline with that sucker? I'm talking to you, DL, because I'm tired of you. Why are you not sitting there flooding your timeline, your platform with what just happened? But you always got something to say about the election. You always got all these black platforms talking about the election. You got all these black stars on TV crying because Mr. Trump won the election. And y'all saying y'all going to move out the country, that y'all going to stop talking to certain people in your family because of an election that we had no control of. We don't know how they really plan this system. We didn't know it was a ploy to put this man in office. But y'all sitting there and not giving the same damn energy towards a man being unalive for no freaking reason. Being detained, you don't deserve to be unalive. And these people who have millions of followers is not saying anything about them. But they would get online all day long talking about gang banging, sex, rock and roll, who got the most money, who got the biggest butt. But y'all won't sit there and flood your timeline with the destruction of another black king. It's shameful to be black sometimes. And the reason I say that because we don't stand for anything. It's a shame that another black man got to wake up every day and don't realize it's not a good time to be black anymore. And doing prohibition, Reconstruction, Jim Crow's, civil rights. We love being black. I'm black and I'm proud. Say it loud. You can't say that no more. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you're a melanated individual. It doesn't matter that your skin is dark. It doesn't matter because we don't love each other anymore. We don't love our culture. We only want a bigger and beef when they got something to come, when they got something going on where they can dislike you or hate you or dishonor you. Look at all the platforms. You got women going against men, men going against men. You don't see that in other nationalities. We always doing that. But when they come down to talk about something positive, how we're going to uplift the community, how we're going to eradicate the gang banging, the DRUG culture, the shooting culture, the unalignment culture, the drill music culture, people ain't trying to hear that. But they sit on there and talk about relationship, all this dumb stuff all day long and debate with somebody about 50-50 in a relationship. But their ad won't sit there and talk to you about what we can do to uplift our community. And this is sickening, and again to the point that we are failing as a black people. We only come together when it benefits somebody's pocket. Where you at, Black Lives Matter? You've been under that microscope, under that federal investigation, and that microscope. Your ass ain't going out there and protest nothing. Where you at, Black Lives? I don't see you because you afraid because y'all were taking all that money off Mr. George Floyd, no personal, off Mr. George Floyd, them death. You made that financial gain and made sure you and your family were going to live good. You really didn't care nothing about George Floyd. You didn't care nothing about Trayvon Martin, Philando Castile. You don't care. All you care about is making your money. That's why you ain't out there talking no more. Because the Fed got you on the investigation, you scared. But you really truly love your people. Everybody who have a platform, you need to speak out for the injustices every day that go on in our community. Peace out, O's.